Now it is time for prophetic issues with Xavier and Carol Horn. Be there or remain unaware.
Brothers and sisters, I don't know what this world is turning to.
Here we go again, trying to get this thing going on radio, yo. Like I said, we got Sister Ali calling in a little bit. Hopefully, she hasn't tried to call already. But yeah. Hello, you're on the air, radio, yo. Prophetic issues.
Oh, okay. This is Sister Shahrazad.
Yes, Sister Ali. Hello.
I was trying to call in. I didn't know what was wrong tonight. The phone was making some kind of funny noises.
Yeah. Sister Ali, I'm so sorry. I just signed up with this new network, and they don't have their stuff together. Because, see, all my stuff is together on my end. But they don't have their stuff together. So I went ahead and I reloaded it, so we should be good now.
Okay,
first and foremost, let me apologize to you. Last
you
week.
already, hey, brother, you don't have to go through that.
Okay.
We don't own none of this stuff. We just participate in it, and things happen. It's okay. Because things happen, and we can't hold grudges. We can't, be disappointed. We just have to keep going.
Yes. Well, thank you for being so understanding.
Yes, sir.
Well, now that I finally got you, Sister Ali, let me just give you a little synopsis of what I do on the show. This is different from the show that I have on New Hood Radio. This is prophetic issues, and what we try to talk about on this show, Sister Ali, is not so much of the things we worry about now in today's times, but things that we're going to have to worry about, down the road. And tonight, we're discussing police encounters, because I'm pretty sure you're aware of, the recent killings of black men in the last couple of weeks. I mean, it's been all splashed all over TV and social media.
You mean for the past 465 years?
Oh, yeah, that too.
Okay.
Now that I got you here, what do you think future police interactions are going to look like? What do you think that's going to look like? Is it going to remain the same? Is it going to get better?
Since they haven't changed. That's why I just made that statement. Police encounters haven't changed. Technology has changed, and as we know now, we can all film it or capture it or see it and have it, online, uploaded on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and all of these different things, And so nothing has changed. Back in the 15, 16, 1700s, when we were not allowed to read or learn to read, black people would have to carry a piece of paper folded up, sometimes in a tin canister so it wouldn't get wet, so that if they were stopped by other white people on the road, we had to produce that piece of paper to demonstrate what plantation we came from, who owned us, and what we were doing out there, and when we were supposed to be coming back. Well, that's the same today. We get stopped. Let me see your ID. What are you doing in this neighborhood? Where you get this car from? It's all the same. It's just the language is different, and as I said, the technology is different. Now, things used to happen out in Oakland, and it might take us, 3 or 4 weeks to find out about it over in New York. But now things happen in Oakland, we know instantly because of the technology. So it has a double-edged sword. The other thing, the way police will change, is that the law enforcement will use technology more and more. And when I say use it, I mean, we talk about in our communities that we're not going to snitch. Don't snitch. Snitches go in ditches. All of this nonsense we talk about. But the white people have come up with a system that has prompted us to snitch on ourselves. Don't nobody have to tell on us no more. And as I just mentioned, those three methods are Facebook, and YouTube and Instagram. We tell everything on there. Okay?
Yeah, I
It's a
remember you saying that
confessional.
before.
Right, yeah, it's a confessional. Repeat means everything. I always say the same stuff over and over. Maybe somebody will finally hear it and understand. So the police system is not going to change. And here's the thing. We keep waiting on somebody else to change. How they are, what they do, how they deal with us. But we keep waiting on other people to change. Nobody else is going to change. The only person we have control over the change is ourselves. We can't vote no change. We can't make no law for change. None of those things are going to happen. The only person who can change is ourselves. And then if we learn to police ourselves, if we can get our women to stay off the streets at night, and we can get our men to function in a certain kind of way and be able to follow instructions and look dignified and function differently, then we may be able to have some change in our own communities. But we're not going to be able to make the police department change.
No. So,
and as I said, they haven't changed. They've been the same the whole time we've been here.
exactly. So let's talk about policing ourselves. What do you think that looks like in the future?
I just gave you some examples. Would be to keep our women off the street at night. But we can't get our women to stop going out with their clothes off. We can't get our women to stay out of the bars. We can't get our women to stop getting drunk in the nightclubs. We can't get our women to stop dating white men. And so what this does is put our men in a position where you all have to protect us a lot of times in situations. Or sometimes we don't have nobody to protect us. So what it would look like is that our neighborhoods would be quieter because people wouldn't be outside on the streets all night. They'd be inside their homes. See, we make it so easy for the enemy to attack us. We make it so easy. We can't win no war against them physically. We don't have enough weapons. We don't have any hospitals to take care of our injured. We don't have enough ammunition. We don't have nothing. We don't have no control over the water, the gas, the electric. So we can't have no war with them inside their country like that. The only thing we can do is have the war inside of our own minds where we start behaving differently. It would look like where we taught our little children how to behave in school, how to keep their mouth shut. We could just start with something simple as that. Let's have quiet time in the home for 15 minutes every day. Don't nobody talk. Just sit still. Sit down somewhere. These are basic things. And a lot of the stuff I talk about, we say, people tell me, well, that's old school. Well, those are the things that worked. Why do we keep looking for some kind of new magic that we think is going to show up, and then we're going to all say, okay, let's do that? I listen to talk radio during the day when I'm here, and all the time, every other 2 or 3 people come on. Well, Brother Malcolm said, well, Malcolm X said. It don't matter what he said. If Malcolm was alive today, our people wouldn't be with Malcolm. They wasn't with him then. See, it's all we just want to talk our way through it. We can't talk. We got to have some action. We actually have to do the work. We could improve our diets, get the children off sugar, get the adults off pork. It's a lot of things we could do to help ourselves. That's where the change has to become real. It has to start in ourselves. It can't just be, well, if they would treat us better, well, if they would hire us, well, they need to stop. No, we need to stop. That's who needs to stop.
So do you see us changing? What's the black world going to look like? Because I value your opinion greatly. What does the black world look like in the next 10 to 20 years? What does it look like?
It looks like right now we're about 13, I think they say, % of the population. At that point, I would think that at least 33% of us would be imprisoned because that's the men and the women. Now, I said years ago that the women were starting to go to jail, and now it's the fastest growing population in the penal system is the females. since they have privatized the prisons and now they can actually make money off of us in prison like they made money off of us in slavery. As I said, I keep making the correlation to what's going on today on a more sophisticated level and what has gone on for the past 465 years. It's about the same. It's just we think it's more modern, but things have not changed that way. And so what we'll see is more people in jail. We'll see more people who have mental illnesses because everybody's not going to be able to handle all this stress. And we'll also see more people who completely surrender and just become more Americanized. Like you see them when they at the convention and waving an American flag and everything, talking about the Constitution, everything that's been against us and continues to be against us, a lot of our people have embraced because they think that's the only way out. And the political thing will not be as much as like it is because that's being tested right now. And black people have always said, well, I like a white man to just say where he coming from. Just tell me what you got going. Well, that's what Donald Trump is doing.
Yep.
And I'm so glad he's out there talking that way because he's really the complete manifestation of the defect. He's showing exactly what people like myself have been talking about existed in their minds for years. Well, now he's saying it. Now y'all hear it. And I'm always reminded of the teachings of Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who was my first teacher, and not Farrakhan, none of that nonsense he talking. I said Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And one of the things that he said is that I'm not going to have to convince you that the white man is a devil because the white man will convince you himself. Well, a lot of our people are starting to see, well, maybe we better rethink this thing about loving everybody because they demonstrating they don't love us. So the future world we'll see is that people will set up different camps in this country. We're going to be forced to do something that nobody here really wants to do because it'll be so hard, and that's to separate. We have irreconcilable differences. We're not going to make up with these people. The future is just going to be more and more separation.
Wow. But do you think
some of that is going on now just by neighborhood or by church and everything in school, but it's going to go on completely. It's going to split this country.
Wow. Do you think it would be better if more of us as black people we separate ourselves from white people? Do you think it would be better for us in the future?
Honorable Elijah Muhammad has been teaching that. He was teaching that in 1938.
Wow.
We have to separate. Oh, we're going to have to go. We don't want to, I know. But, yeah, we're going to have to go. And don't ask me where we're going to go. I don't know that. But I do know that this government will continue to fail. And I do know that a lot of our people now, especially our youth, they're not willing to take a lot of what the older slaves have taken. It's always that way. You know, that's how you make a new people. You have to birth them. And a lot of those we have birthed, they're seeing a lot of things because of, as I said, technology, that they can no longer pretend that it's just such a wonderful world out here for black people and that color don't matter. It has always mattered.
Wow.
And, you know, the food, that's another thing we're going to start having a problem with. I talk all of the time that we need a food path. We need a food corridor. We don't have any way to get food but from the white people here in America. And if they shut down their stores or take it out of our community, we don't have any food. The Africans, they get food from Africa. The Latinos, they get food from Mexico, Spain, different places. The Asians, they get food from China, Japan, Korea. We don't get no food from nowhere but the grocery store on the corner. We don't have a food path. We don't have any independent system of food coming in here to America to us. And all of those people not only have food, they have the labels in their own language. It ain't even for us. We buy it.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what they have. We don't have none of that.
Nope. I'm guilty of that
and we need to be able to raise some children up and teach them that idea. We can't have everybody in college trying to be a political scientist or a computer person or even a school teacher or a nurse and all of those different things. We got to have somebody to deal with the earth.
Yeah.
And the white people have discouraged us from farming. They've discouraged that. And we think it's something to be ashamed of. We so silly, brother. We think that the street vendors, the brothers on the corners, we look at them and walk past them and laugh and think about, I'm glad I ain't got to do that, because we got a job with the white people somewhere we think is secure. We so silly, we don't understand that the way to get rich in America is that you got to have a product more than just yourself. You got to know something special or have something that you can hold in your hand and say, here, this is my product. This is what you can use it for, and this is how much it costs. We so silly, we don't hardly support them.
Yeah.
Now, right now, there's a brother in Baltimore. Where are you at anyway, Prophet? Where are you located?
Charlotte, North Carolina. But I'm originally from New York, so.
Oh, okay. There's a brother in Baltimore. He's got a company called Freedom Paper. Let me see, what is the name of it here? I got it. Freedom Paper. FreedomPaperCompany.com. That's what it's called. FreedomPaperCompany.com. Now, he was the first brother, we think, here in America that has put out our own toilet paper. Now, that's very big.
Yes, it is.
That's very big, brother, because we ain't never been able to produce nothing as basic as that. Something everybody use every day, all day. And a lot of the people he run into, they say things. Now, he's selling it for the same price. It's 2-ply, 500 sheets of roll. He's selling it just like the white people selling it. But our people come up with 10,000 excuses why they can't buy that. This how we do. Now, these the same people who be talking that smack about buying black and we got to have our own businesses and everything. But it's freedompaper.com. I want people to go there and look at his product. He got toilet tissue, paper towels, and tissues in a box. Now, hey, we need to do that. But we need to have something like that in every city. In Philadelphia, they have a pier, and down on the pier every year they have the Indians come out for the Indian Expo. Then they have the Asians come out. They have the Greeks come out. They have all these different groups that come out. They used to have the African American Expo. They had to stop having that. You know why? Because we didn't have enough black businesses to go down there and set up.
Wow.
So things are not going forward. Many of them are going backwards. Now, that's not saying that a lot of our entertainers and sports people are not singing and dancing and jumping up and down and doing a lot of stuff and making a lot of money. But that handful is not enough to sustain all of the rest of us. And so even now, when you go places where they have vendors, you have a lot of Africans there, and they got, the regular stuff we have, shea butter, incense, oils, soap, and a few little things like that. So I'm proud of this brother from doing the toilet paper. He got something different. He got toilet tissue. So we need to do some different little things like that for ourselves. I do these books. And this fall, when you talk about the future, that's a very good topic, because this fall I'm going to re-release my book, which I've updated it, Urban Survival. Because it talks about what are we going to do when they cut off the food or the water or the gas, whatever it is. How are we going to survive? What do we do other than go savage in the street and get shot? Yeah. Trying to take something from somebody else when we have an opportunity to start to prepare now. And I'll give you a hint. You're not going to be able to eat them Nikes, them LeBron sneakers. You ain't going to be able to eat that, okay? Everything we spend money, it ain't going to work, all right?
Yeah, do you think we should start
that Rolex
preparing?
watch does not go good on toast, none of it.
Should we be preparing right now, Sister Ali? Should we be preparing right now?
That's what I just said. Yeah, we should have been preparing the whole time. We don't have no water in our house. We don't know how to dispose of our waste. We don't know how to cook food if the gas is not on. We got a lot of issues. And as I said, I cover all of those things in this book I'm coming out with this fall, Urban Survival.
Well, and I'm buying that.
Yes, sir. We all need that. We all need that. We need our women and our children to that, because we don't even know how we would get along if we had to stay in the house for a week and couldn't go outside. If they have martial law, we don't know how we'll do. We'll kill each other in the house. We already don't get along.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly.
You know, so these are a lot of issues that we need to start thinking about and talking about. And a lot of the foolishness that we spend time on, as I said, it's a luxury because we just feel like we ain't got nothing else to do. Well, we're getting ready to have some things to do, and it's going to be related to survival. So that's what the new world is coming to. And the more we tear up and create problems, they're going to be closing down more and more stores in our communities. The only reason we have drugstores and a lot of stores and things like that open in our communities now is because of the pharmacies that are in those stores. And they make so much money off all the thousands of pills they got all of the black people on in every community. They're getting so much money through those insurances and Medicaids and Medicares and all those different things. That's the only reason we have a lot of them stores right now anyway. But I'm not talking about medication. I'm talking about food.
Well, we are on the air with Prophetic Issues on Radio Yo. We got Sister Shahrazad Ali live on the line. Call in. You can ask a few questions. I don't got it for that long, y'all, so y'all better ask your questions now. I'm going to give y'all the phone number. It's 1-888-539-0161. That's 1-888-539-0161. I am opening the phone lines now. I also see my New York City correspondent on the line. Teacher Tanisha, are you there?
Peace and blessings, Brother Ed. Peace and blessings to Silas. Good evening to y'all.
Yes, ma'am.
You got a question for Sister Ali, Teacher Tanisha?
Give thanks for even being present. Give thanks to the Most High for you, sis, and all the knowledge that you have been bestowing amongst the masses, generations prior to me and during me and after me, and I just give thanks. And I want to say that I totally agree with you. Preparation for any type of mass craziness, martial law, being shut down for however long, depending on, depending on whatever the situation might be across this country. We definitely need to have enough food, enough water, like you even said, disposing of waste. Now, I'm not even familiar with how to do that, and I need to know how to do that.
Right.
So even me, myself, with certain things. Yeah, preparation is definitely a must.
Well, those are the type of things I'll be covering in this book.
Right.
Now, when's your new book coming out, Sister Ali, you said? In the fall,
it'll
right?
It'll probably be like October.
Y'all make sure y'all go pick that up because you already know what's going to be in it. You already know what's going to be in it. It's going to be food for the brain. So make sure you pick that book up. You're hearing it here. You're getting an exclusive sneak peek of it right now. So go pick that up. Make sure y'all do that.
And pick up y'all toilet tissue. Pick up the freedompapercompany.com.
freedompapercompany.com. Y'all heard that?
Okay.
So I heard it's a brother. Sister Ali said it's a brother who runs that company. So I mean, we need support.
Got the toilet tissue, and you can buy it by the case. We ought to know some items where we don't have to give the enemy all of our money. Every penny we make, we rush and give it to him. We need to be able to make a stop somewhere and give some to ourselves. And when I say give some to ourselves, I don't mean buy ourselves something to wear.
Well, that's what we always think about anyway. When we gifting ourselves, we usually gift ourselves some jewelry, some clothes, a jacket, some shoes.
So we buy all of that from the enemy. As a rule, So that's not really doing nothing for self.
No.
We got that all mixed up. What do for self mean?
Yeah. Do you think it's going to be a time where we're going to be, making our own clothes and making our own shoes and making our? Not
unless we're forced to. not unless we forced to. See, we used to do that. We used to have brothers that did shoe lasting, who could make shoes. All right, and after integration, we only have brothers who could shine shoes.
Wow.
See, that's how everything has morphed for us.
Wow.
But definitely we'll get back to that. But it'll be when we have to and don't have any other choice. Because if we have a choice to buy some shoes from the white people or the Asians or make them ourselves, we'd rather buy them from them.
Wow.
But yeah, there will come a time when we will be making our own garments, and we'll have to.
Well, as you've seen, I know you've noticed because you're all over the world. You've seen that people have been killing police. A lot of police have gotten killed over the last few weeks. Do you see a new trend in that? Do you see
No, I don't see no trend in none of that. No.
Shooting the police?
No. That's some people feel like they just have to take one for the team, so they go out and they do that, but they know that they're gonna die. That's a suicide by cop thing, because with the people that go and do that, they know they're gonna die. They gotta die right then. But some people get so overwhelmed they feel like that's the only option they have. I'm not trying to get the brothers to die for me. I want them to live for me. That's what I want y'all to do. Figure out how to live, not how to die.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. Y'all heard it here.
Listen, my time is about up. I'm getting ready to have to go. Take one more call, and then I'm going to have to go.
Blessings, Sister Ali.
Okay. Y'all heard that. I told y'all I didn't have her for long. The phone number is 1-888-539-0161. The phone lines are open. You want to ask a question? Now
that sounds like a remix.
I see people on the board. It's like every time Sister Ali comes on, I have all these people on the board, but they're just scared or something. I don't know. Don't be scared. She's Sister Ali. She's one of us, y'all. Y'all can ask her a question. You're gonna get a good answer. You're gonna get a terrific answer. Trust me. The lines are open. Speak your piece because she has to go. You there? 256 area code. Choose you. You got something to say? You're on the air live. Okay. 980.
It's okay if they don't have no questions, because when I talk, I answer a lot of questions then, Xavier. So it's okay if they don't have no questions.
That's what
as you say, I deal with our people all over the country, and most of us don't have no questions anyway. We just want to testify because we're in such pain. And I used to that used to annoy me sometimes over the years, but it doesn't annoy me anymore because we are so full. We have so much grief and anxiety inside of us, and we want to testify, and we want to say what we think and how we think it should go. Remember, we have only literally been free, per se, for about 60 or 65 years. So we're not talking a long time of being in freedom. And if we have been enslaved for 400 years, it might take us 400 to get out if this civilization lasts that long, which I have doubts about. So I don't, it doesn't bother me if people talk or not talk, because, as I said, I know that we just have a lot of grief inside of us, and we're suffering so terribly psychologically to be living in a hostile environment and every day have to work to try to normalize our captivity and act like we're not captives here in this country. It's hard to try to function as if we are free and if we don't have anything to worry about. When every black mother who has a son or any boy, we have things to worry about. It's like them stories they tell about Herod or Pilate, whoever that was that sent the word out to kill all of the firstborn sons. Well, that's what our sons are living up under.
Wow.
And that's real. We're not safe here. We're not going to be safe here. Our women are not safe here. We have hard-headed women. And we have a difficult time. Every civilization can only rise up if the women get in order. I'm not talking about if the women become warriors. I'm talking about if the women become women. And I mean We've lost our femininity. We're too rough. We're too tough. Our men don't feel like they ought to protect us because we act more masculine than they act.
Wow.
And so we have some work to do. We have some things to look at in our daughters, the way we dress. It's a lot of basic things. And then when somebody else, every woman of other nationalities take our man, then we be mad at the man. But men try to go where they have peace at.
And it's so
and
simple.
if man don't have peace with the woman he with, he going to be outside looking for peace of mind somewhere.
Yeah, very simple. I think just make it complicated. It's actually really simple. These are really simple things.
And that's what we do. That's why many black people haven't did any change. Because we sitting around, we think some kind of really deep idea going to come up from outer space or something, or some grand leader going to show up. All the information has already been given to fit any and all situations. It's up to he and she to search and seek out what he and she don't have. But all the knowledge has already been given. It's already out here. Ain't nothing new coming down the pike. Oh, they can change up where they put the verbs and the nouns, but there's no new information coming. We have the information to survive. But because we reject the truth, any truth that will require us to personally change, that's why we can't make no progress. Because we want to talk. We want to give our opinion. We want to vote, think we're going to vote in somebody else to do it. That's the same thing that the Catholics believe. That's how they sold us on that. You don't go to Jesus. You go to Jesus' mother and ask her to go to Jesus and tell him what we want. Well, that's what voting is. We don't do it ourselves. We go to the politician and tell him to do it, and then he goes to somebody else, the president, and ask them to do it. I'm not with that kind of silly system. It hasn't worked for us, and it's not going to work for us. Voting has not stopped one killing.
So,
murder. Voting ain't stopped murder.
For the magic, all
None
right?
of that.
We got to quit waiting for the magic, right?
Yeah, right. And stop seeking a mystery God and just go do something for, and as I said, it don't mean you got to go join no group. Just start at home. Teach the children how to each one of them grow a vegetable in a pot. You don't need no land. Just a flower pot. Grow one vegetable. Show them where food come from.
Wow. So simple,
basic
man.
Things like that we not doing. We talking and we rapping and we debating who's right. Whatever part of right you got, then do that. Don't nobody else have to agree.
Yep.
If I was waiting on people to agree with me, brother, I would have been stopped talking. I ain't out here trying to get agreement. I'm trying to pass out information.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we should have been listening to you 30 years ago, though.
Oh, no, sir, it wasn't me. No, it wasn't me, because I don't have nothing from myself. It wasn't me. I had teachers. And I'm just passing that information along. I had a teacher in the Army, Elijah Muhammad, and he's the one who taught Malcolm, Muhammad Ali, Khalid Muhammad, Louis Farrakhan, and Shahrazad Ali. All of us had the same teacher. So can't nobody go around praising all of us and ignore the teacher.
Understood.
Because we didn't know nothing. I didn't have no information like that. I was trying to be a Black Panther.
Okay. Well, before you go, Sister Ali, tell the people one more time about your book and when it's coming out and the title.
Yes, Urban Survival. And it's coming out this fall. Like I said, it should be like October, November. And the freedompapercompany.com is where you go to get your toilet paper made by the black people. It's wonderful. And do that. And my The Black Man's Guide to Understand the Black Woman is on Amazon.com. But if you want any of my other books, I don't put all the rest of my books on there, you can get me at Sister Shahrazad Ali at yahoo.com.
Okay, y'all heard that, right?
Yeah.
Y'all heard that.
That's right.
Sister Ali, I want to thank you for coming on our premiere show. I hold you with such respect, madam.
Oh, I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that.
I do, and I'm going to be writing you again, because I'll write you like crazy.
Well, contact me. Get with me like this fall, because see, I start back working. I'll be back on tour starting in September. But email me around November or something, And
Okay.
we'll do an interview so we can talk about the book. And then I'll get your address and send you a copy so that when you ask questions and stuff, you'll be coming out of the book.
Oh,
so we'll do that then.
No, I'm going to look forward
to
good. That.
So, so just send me your address so I can put that on my list. But listen, thank you both, sister. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. You all do the best you can, and Allah will bless you with success.
I appreciate that. And
all
thank
right,
you.
brother.
Thank you again, Sister Ali, for coming on and putting up with our nonsense up here on radio, yo. Yeah, we just got off the line with Sister Shahrazad Ali, and y'all heard that, right? She's coming back in the fall, and she's sending me a free copy of her book. That's because I'm special,
okay now.
Because I am special. But anyway, yeah. So you heard what Sister Ali was talking about. And let me give y'all the phone number one more time because me and Teacher Tanisha is about to build on y'all right now. So the phone number is 1-888-539-0161. That's 1-888-539-0161. You listen to Prophetic Issues on the Radio Yo Network. So, Teacher Tanisha, we heard Sister Ali talking. We heard Sister Ali talking. And I mean, of course, everything she said, I totally agree with. What do you see as far as, law enforcement, police interactions? What do you see going forth based on what we've seen over the past couple of weeks? Because, we saw the Alton Sterling killing. We saw the Philando Castile killing. Just a couple days ago, a girl just got killed. I think her name was Corinne Gaines. She got killed, and they shot the baby too, but the baby didn't die. But they shot her. They said that she had warrants or something or another, and they went into the house.
Yeah.
They went into the house, and she had a gun, and she shot at the police. They're going to say that anyway, so you can't really believe that, because of course they're going to say she had a gun and she pulled it on them. Of course they're going to say that. So, I mean, what do you see coming? What do you see coming?
Right now I see, if things are going to continue like this, then we need to be like a million times prepared for any and everything to go down, because the worst is already happening before our eyes. It don't matter whether you're guilty or not guilty. You will be shot and killed, especially if you're a black man, woman, or child out here, living in America. And everybody is saying, well, let's get up and go somewhere else. And everybody else is saying, well, let's hurry up and go get nationalized. And everybody else is saying, well, let's hurry up and go do this. Everybody's saying, let's hurry up and go and, get guns or whatever. Everybody have their own way they want to break things down and, fight the system and all this other stuff. But we got to prepare on every level, which is reality, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially, physically. It was like Sister Ali was saying, stocking food in the house, so forth and so on. And I'm outside, y'all. I'm actually sitting on the porch, so you're getting some of the little New York flavor back and forth with the cars going by and so forth and so on. So I hope everybody's appreciating that.
They don't. They don't. Too damn bad if they don't like it.
No, it's a nice little, background. It's real raw. Maybe one day I'll be taping, like videotaping, and then sending it in for you so I could be up there with you guys.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I like all that raw stuff.
Yeah, right. For real, keep everything footage up. I
like that raw stuff. I do. Now that we got this new platform, I mean, we're a little green with it now because it's a new network. But because when we first came on, y'all, for y'all that's listening, we was having some problems, last week, and I gotta apologize to y'all if y'all was listening in last week because we had some problems, the radio station, the server, something went wrong with that. And I was telling Sister Ali about it, and she was like, "Don't worry about it." She said, "You don't gotta apologize." She said, "Because we don't own none of this stuff. Stuff happens."
Right.
Right. We just participants. So Don't
Exactly.
don't feel bad because the server messed up. So
Right.
I mean, we starting out new with this thing. And like I said, it's a new network and everything seems to be, I mean, it's up to date. There's a nice board. It looks, I got to show it to you one day, Teacher Denise. It's a little different. It's a little different for being on Nubia Hood Radio. I mean, of course, I got to do all the controlling, which sucks. But,
Right.
other than that, it's all right. It's all right up here on Radio Yo. But I did have to get on them last week. I did have to get on them last week. And I wrote them today. I said, make sure nothing messes up because I'm going to have Shahrazad Ali on the radio show tonight. So everything needs to be working. All right? Everything needs to be working. Straight like that. And it is. So, she actually had called in the first time. And it was like some clicking. And she actually called back. And by that time, I had straightened it out, got the clicking out, the beeping out, and all that kind of stuff. So it's all right. I mean, it's gonna be all right. And we're gonna be doing some slamming topics because I want this show to be different than our other show. This is gonna be more like news, but it's more like future news, y'all. I was explaining at the top of the hour. What we're going to be doing up here. This is going to be like a news program. And what we're going to be doing, because I've been reaching out to people in other countries. I've been reaching out to people in Morocco, Tanzania, Jamaica, Senegal, Italy, Spain, China, because I want to make it an international thing where we have correspondents actually calling in from these other countries, giving us the news about what's going on, as far as black people are concerned in other parts of the world. But sometimes people forget that.
Globally.
Yeah, sometimes people forget that black people ain't just in America and in Africa. They're in other places too.
Exactly.
We all over the place. So it would be nice to hear from some of those places. See what's going on with those places, see what their countries are, what they're looking like, as far as future of the black world in that country, whether it be Spain, Italy, Morocco, Brazil, because there's black people in those places too.
Right.
We need to talk about all black people. I mean, a lot of times we think that we as black people are the only black people who are like, going through, some degree of oppression and prejudice and racism. But I mean, I'm a true believer that wherever there's black people black people are feeling that.
Exactly. Globally.
It's not just us. It's not just us.
Exactly.
It's just that our stuff get televised more.
Exactly.
They don't show you what they're doing to the black Israelites in Israel. They don't show you what they're doing to the black Italians in Italy. They don't show you what they're doing to the black Spaniards in Spain. They don't show you what they're doing to the black people in Brazil. They don't show you that. You don't see it. You don't see it.
Straight massacre across the world.
Yeah.
Like, literally is on some stuff like that, and I mean, we got to get serious about it. And this is why you could see why white supremacy has been implemented so way before the time of this so-called, everybody want to call it martial law or whatever. It broke up the home so bad. There's going to be so many single mothers in the homes by themselves with their children.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well,
and that's deep. I think that's really deep. I mean, I'm sure everybody will be grouped up in family groups. I pray that, everything will bring our people together even more, especially just, individually and amongst the family, within the family group and community-wise as well, but to come together.
Yeah, well,
everybody has to unify on every level.
You know what I see happening in the future, and I may not live to see it per se, because I'm already old, but I see, and I've heard, and I meant to ask, I should have asked Sister Ali about this, because her and I, we have talked about this before. She said before when she was on the show, she said that it's going to be a time where men are going to be responsible for more than one family. You know what I'm saying? One man is going to have to be responsible for multiple families. You know, she said that that's what it needs to come to at a certain time, that, you know, it's going to be one man and he's going to be responsible for, you know, 2 and 3 different households, you know. And when you think about it, when I first heard her said it, you know, I was kind of like, you know, I was kind of skeptical about it. But when you think about it in theory, it actually makes sense. You know, it makes sense because
You gotta break it down on all levels, right? Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it absolutely makes sense because guess what? If that one man is capable, if he's capable of, you know, overseeing 2 or 3 different kind of households and be solid, I think it probably would be better for everybody. I mean, now I'll probably never live to see this kind of stuff, but I think if it's done the correct way, it could work out. You know, that right there may just be the answer for some black people. That may be the answer for, you know, a generation of black children who will grow up with, you know, with their father in the home, even though, you know, his father got 15 babies, but, you know, they'll grow up, at least they'll grow up with him because he's responsible for their household, their other 5 brothers' household, and their other 5 sisters' household. So they're all going to be able to interact with that one father who leads that one tribe. I think in the future, probably 30, 40, 50 years down the road, for black people to thrive, I think we're going to have to become more like tribes. And every man is going to have his own tribe. You know what I'm saying? He's going to have his own tribe. He's going to have his tribe with his 2, 3, 4 women. And then he's going to have his 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 different kids by those women, and it's going to be more of a tribal thing. And let me tell you something: if it's done correctly, it could work. Now, for me, it would be crazy because I don't think I could have 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 wives. You know, one is enough most of the time. God damn it! I mean, one is too much most of the time. So I don't think I could. I don't think I could have like 4 and 5 and 6. And I mean, it's some Jamaican brothers who got like damn 15 wives, 20 wives. What's the name of that dude? What's that dude? What's that Jamaican dude name? He's got like a 100-room damn mansion. God, I cannot remember his name. Jamaican artist, and he's got 30 wives. Let me see. He's got 30 wives and 90. He's got 30 wives, 90 grandchildren. No, he's got 30 wives, 90 children, and 30 wives, 90 children, and I don't know, a whole slew of grandchildren. And they all live in the same house. You know, this mansion that he's got, and his wives range from age 62 to I think 20. They said. I can't remember his name to save my damn life. And I don't know how he makes it work. I don't know how he does it. He must not live in that damn house. He must have a separate house on the property. He must have a separate house. Yeah, he got a separate house on the property that he goes to and lives in, and he lets the other 200 people just live in the big house.
Wow. Just sometimes.
He just visits from time to time, you know. Come in there and visit, you know, pay the light bill, you know, and the water bill, and buy some food and leave and shit.
Right. For real. It's true.
Shit, all them goddamn wives and kids, boy. You know, he must stay drunk all the damn time. Goddamn.
All day. He's intoxicated 24/7, huh?
Every day. Yeah, but yeah, that's what she was saying. She was saying that last time we spoke, that, you know, some men are going to have to become responsible for more than one household. And I think that black people are going to have to become more tribal, you know, in the days to come.
Right.
You know, because but think about it. If we do that,
everybody put together.
Yeah, forget the guy, the one man being responsible for one household. Men are going to have to become responsible for whole streets, blocks,
Yeah, all the men gonna have to pull together for
neighborhoods.
everybody on the block.
Yep,
Yep, it's
yep,
straight.
yep,
Fact. It's
yep.
true.
That's what's going to have to happen, teacher Tanisha. I'm telling you,
Yeah, it's
that's what's going to
true.
have to
That's
happen.
reality. That's real survival.
That's what's
For
going to
real.
have to happen. No ifs,
It's
ands, or
true.
buts about it.
Right. If anybody think anything different, it ain't going down like that. It's
Nope.
going down like if this really happened, it's gonna be a realistic situation, and people gonna deal with the reality of what's going on.
Mhm. Mhm.
You
And
know, the
not on.
situation is itself gonna be handled right then and there, in whatever way it has to be, whether everybody likes it or not. You know.
Yeah, and not only that, you know what else is going to have to happen? I think in some of these neighborhoods, we're going to have law enforcement that's strictly for us.
Right. Exactly.
Sort of like the Indian tribes have in Alaska, the Eskimos,
Period. You know
the
how our
Alaskan
people
Indians.
been doing from the beginning of time. We already
Yes,
had just some certain things set up in place. You know, we
yes,
had a way to protect our community, a way to feed our community, a way to, whatever the needs of the community was. There were certain things set up.
yeah.
Certain structures, certain systems.
Yeah, like those tribal people in Alaska and the Indians out there in the reservations, they have their
Right.
own damn police force. They have their own police force on the reservation.
Right.
They don't have to call a white man in when something going on. They got their own police there.
Exactly.
When they call the police, somebody who look like you show up. What's going on here?
Right.
You know?
Exactly. Right.
And
Like
guess
when worse
what
than the
doesn't
slave
happen,
masters, what
Tanisha?
they say.
Guess what doesn't happen in those tribal lands where they got their own police? Guess what doesn't happen?
What? What?
No one gets murdered by the police. Imagine
Funny,
that.
right?
Imagine that. They
In a
got their
perfect
own.
world.
Yes, they have their own police, and their police have never killed anyone.
Hmm.
Their police have never killed anyone because see, the cops know, they know that your son is crazy. So when they come there, they don't come there to shoot him. They come there, spray him with some pepper spray, and club him over the head, and drag him on down to the hoop guy.
Right.
They ain't gonna come there and kill him. They know he crazy. They
This
come
is
there,
crazy.
yeah, squirt him with some pepper spray and club him over the head one time, and drag
Right.
him on down to the hoop gal, and he's still alive. You know,
Right.
just with a
Exactly.
just with a hell of a headache. You know, it's
Right.
crazy because that's how it used to be. I mean, I know when I was growing up. I mean, when you think about police encounters, when I was growing up as a young guy, I remember seeing the police club people over the head and stuff like that. But I never saw police killing anyone when I was younger.
Right.
You didn't even hear about it where I grew up. Now, as I got older, when I got into like my teens, I start seeing it more and more. I tell my wife about this all the time. When that Rodney King tape came out, I had already seen
Right.
that about 10 times right in front of me. So
Right.
as time has went on, police have not only have they become quicker to kill you, they don't even take any time to assess the threat at all. They just come right up and bam 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 dead. They don't say drop the gun. They don't say freeze, it's the police. Put your
And that's
hands
funny
on.
how the police siren going by, but
Yeah.
it's not for them to anymore. If it ever was a time, and we have to remember how the police force even started off in this country. It wasn't black folks running that.
Yeah, it's
You know,
crazy.
like what did it originally start out for? What to do? What originally? We need to go to the root of things because we think, oh, that's just how it started off in the olden days. It ain't like that now. Yes, it is. It's more than enough like that now. Matter of fact, it's more like that now than it was then. I'm
Yeah, I
serious. It
mean,
is.
it's nuts. Telling you, you don't get to put your hands in the air or freeze the police or put the gun down. You don't hear none of that. All you hear is gunshots. That's usually the last thing a brother hears. He don't hear freeze, put your hands in the air. The last thing he hears is a gunshot before he's dead.
Right. Right.
And I asked Shahrazad Ali. I said, do she see in the future more people killing police? And she said no. She said she don't think that. She said she think it's just a few individuals who are just ready to die anyway. So they going ahead and they bucking at the police. She said she don't think it's gonna be a trend of that.
I mean, the craziness on the news nowadays, and it's like what's real, what's played out. You know what I mean? The media is so faulty with stuff that when the media puts anything out, it's like a question mark for me. You know? I mean, it really is. It's kind of like, is that real? Isn't that real? Did that really take place, or was somebody put in place in order for that to take, for that situation to come about? In other words, did that really happen? Did that shooting really happen like they say it did, or did this really happen like they say it did? Because it's what they're saying and the information they want to give out.
Yeah, well, that's something that we're gonna have to see. Like I always say, you have to even watch the news and what you see on media. You have to watch it with a degree of objectivity, because I mean they can tell you anything. I mean, I used to be in the Nation of Islam, and they told us we used to call TV television because it tells live
television. That's
so
right.
I mean, you have to be really objective about how you watch TV. I mean, don't believe every damn thing. Don't believe every damn thing that comes across your TV screen. Don't take it all as face value. You have to look at it with some degree of objectivity. You have to.
Right.
You have to. Have to do it, because if you sit back and believe every damn thing that you see on that box, it ain't doing nothing but making you stupid. See, I call it the idiot box. That's what I refer to the TV as the idiot box. And I refer to it as the idiot box because the more you watch it, the dumber it makes you. Okay? Because what it does is it dulls your senses and it conditions you to certain things. I'm telling you, TV can change your mind and make you think something that's totally abnormal appear to be normal, because you done internalize what you saw so much that you think that this abnormal thing is now normal. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but I don't watch a lot of TV anyway, and it's crazy because when I do watch TV, most of the stuff that I watch is news. But what I try to do is I try to watch it with some degree of objectivity. I really do. Because if you look,
it's like you got to go through everything with a fine tooth comb. You know what I mean? And they're saying that cops shot. I did that whole scenario. They're saying cops are being shot by so and so or whatever, or these specific people. It's like, really? Did that really happen? Did anybody really even get shot? It's just stories, and like with the shooting up of the gay club, like just all these stories and different things that they're putting out. It's kind of like we already know they're not telling the whole truth about anything. You understand? So we got to really look through whatever truth is there and figure out the story, and then go from there. When I say go from there, I mean figure out, what really took place and if it has anything to do with you or not, I mean, as far as personally, or if they're just putting stuff out on the news, that's just random BS anyway. But, you understand what I'm saying. Like, it's just a whole process of, breaking down everything subconsciously and consciously when you're watching anything out, especially on TV, American TV. Come on, really? Like,
people don't know, man. I mean, but we've gotten caught up in this technology age anyway, and I think that has hurt us to a degree. We so caught up in this damn technology that we we have been distracted. We've gotten distracted. We have gotten totally distracted. We don't focus as much. We don't read. Okay, so we don't exercise our damn brain cells the way we're supposed to. Because everything is put right in front of us. All we got to do is pop a screen open and we can see goddamn everything. So, I mean, and I think it's going to get worse because it's not like technology is slowing down. So I truly believe that it's going to get worse because technology ain't slowing down, and we ain't gonna stop buying it. We ain't gonna stop having it in our house. We ain't gonna stop giving our 5-year-old kid iPhones and nonsense like that. See, we ain't gonna stop. We're not gonna stop. We're gonna we're gonna continue. We're gonna continue to give our 5-year-olds damn iPhones and big screen TVs as opposed to buying them some damn books and making them read. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, I see. As far as the future goes, I see that we're gonna get into a world where most people don't even have books in their house. Most people don't have books in their house. We're gonna get to that time. That's coming. We're gonna get to a point where we're not so much having our kids taught. What we're going to do is everything is going to be one day. It's going to get to a point where you can literally sit your kid in front of a screen and have them cram the night before a test. Not study for 2 weeks or 3 weeks. They're going to be able to sit in front of a screen the night before a test and cram a bunch of shit in their head and go and take that test the next day. Yeah, that's what I see coming around the pipe. As far as politics and police interactions,
right.
What I do see, far as law enforcement, I see an influx of people of color coming into a lot more departments that don't have people of color now. But the thing is,
right. I think just
go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I just think black people as a whole, just completely, just as a people, come everywhere globally, are going to have to come to a point where they are pushed to the point of no return. And whatever natural instinct that we really naturally have as far as survival in any situation is going to pan out. I mean, it's naturally within our DNA from the most whatever what we in our worldly form would consider lowest person or highest person, everybody would naturally go forward to their instincts again, whatever that is, because we're going to have to connect to the all,
Mm-hmm.
When I say the all, I mean the creator. So everybody's going to have to tap into that source and do whatever it is that you do.
Yep.
Whatever way you need to do it, manifest it. But everybody's here to, whatever your gift or ability or hobby or, whatever it is that you do, if it's something that you're good at and it helps people, everybody I think is going to get more into who they are. Maybe people's talents are going to come out more. They're going to, expose themselves more within society, whatever it might be at that time, when we actually do unite as one front, as a nation across the world. I mean, everywhere.
Yeah, well, what we're going to have to figure out as a people is that we don't all have the same damn job. See, that's what gets us crossed up. We think we all need to be doing the same exact stuff for it to be beneficial. We can't do that because it's just like when you build a house, right? You have a plumber, you got plumbers, electricians, sheetrock guys, flooring guys, okay? Guys who do masonry, all right? You got all these different people, lighting guys. They don't all have the same job, but they all get together and they build a house. See, a lot of times what gets us messed up is we want everybody must be a carpenter. Everybody must be the plumber. Everybody must be the electrician. That's not how it works. We don't all have the same damn job. We just don't.
Exactly.
Okay? Not all of us are going to be teachers. Not all of us are going to be
Right.
motivational speakers.
Right.
Not
Not
all of us are
everybody's a warrior. Not
Yeah,
everybody is
not
a yeah.
everybody's a warrior. Some people are going to have to sew. Some people are going to have to cook. Some people are going to have to farm. Some people are going to have to do accounting. Some people are going to have to be the spokesman. Some people are going to have to be the driver. Some people are going to have to, you know what I'm saying? I mean, some people are going to have to be the botanist. Some people are going to have to be the scientist. You know, everybody cannot do the same damn job. We don't all have the same job. You know, we just don't.
Right. Everybody has a position and part to play.
Exactly. And when we understand that, that's when we will be able to come together. I think the problem with us right now is that all of us, well, those of us who aren't in a pissing contest with each other to see who's the
Right.
blackest, you know, because we got a lot of
The
that
ego.
too. Okay, we got a lot of that too, where you know we in pissing contests with each other
Right.
to see, you know, who's the blackest, who has the most knowledge, who knows the most black history, and so on and so forth. We need to get past that crap too. Okay, we need to
Right.
get past that crap. Once we come together and realize that we don't all have the same damn job, that's when we're going to be able to mobilize and make something happen. Because we can take all our different skills and put them together.
Right. It's true.
You know, we can take all our different skills and put them together. But right now, black people, we got a tendency, man, you know, we all want to be in a pissing contest with each other. You know, the brothers and sisters who do happen to know a little something, we all in a pissing contest. Okay? Because we want to be the one. We don't want to be part of one. We want to be the one. Everybody's trying to be the you know, the world champion. You know, everybody wants the
Right.
belt, you know? Everybody wants the belt. And that's why we can't make a lot of things happen. I believe. You know, that's just my belief, you know. I'm not saying that, you know, everybody should think that, but that's
Speaking for everybody, but yeah, your own personal opinion. Yeah.
that's what I think. You know, I got together with some brothers because I was on the Angry Man show Sunday, right? And you know, I was a guest on his show Sunday, and I mean, it was a few brothers on there. I mean, Chris Smith from the League of Dads was on there. Brother Bay was on there from the Bitter Truth show. Brother Leon was on there. I mean, you know, all the YouTube, you know, opinionators was on there. And it was just a bunch of brothers. You know, probably like somewhere between 5 and 10 brothers that he had on the panel. And all of us do different stuff. All of us do different stuff on the internet. All of us do different stuff on our radio shows and all that kind of stuff. We all do different stuff. But somehow, some way, we were all able to be on that one show with all our differences, okay, and make for a good show, have a good dialogue, you know what I'm saying? And everybody brought something constructive to the table.
Right.
You know, so that's what makes me think that, you know, if you get enough of us together, okay, with abilities, we can make something happen. And like I said, we don't all have to have the same damn job.
Exactly. We're all not supposed to. There's so many different things to do and so many different positions. How could everybody be in the same place? You know, like in one place. So everything else would be abandoned. Everything else wouldn't be taken care of. That's why everybody has their own space. Everybody has their own position that they're supposed to play, just in the world, period, but especially amongst community.
Exactly.
Word.
And freaking, I know that this platform here that we got, you know, because this is our premiere show, everybody, for all you listeners out there.
For your
This is
radio
our premiere
listeners.
show, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to make it bigger. We're going to make it bigger for y'all. Let me give out the number one more time because I know I got some people listening. It's 1-888-539-0161. That's 1-888-539-0161. You listening to Prophetic Issues on radio, yo. You can call in if you got questions for me. You got questions for Teacher Tanisha. Let us know. Call in. You know. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you feel. You know,
That's right. Call in family.
going down. Don't be quiet. Don't be afraid to speak. We want to hear from everybody. We want to hear from every single person. We want to know what's going on with y'all. So holler at us. Holler at us. Let us know. Because if not, I'm just going to keep on talking. But what we're going to do right
Y'all
now.
heard him, right?
Yeah. You know that. You know that, Teacher Tanisha. That's how it's going down. So this is what we're going to do.
Tanisha is in New York. This is the New York City background, people.
That's right.
That's
right.
Yeah, real New York.
That's right. That's our NYC correspondent that y'all listening to right there. So recognize.
All day.
Folks. Recognize, folks. So we're gonna take a little commercial break. We'll take a short little commercial break. You know, because I gotta play my wife's commercial online or I'll get killed. So I'm gonna run that. And like I said, you listening to Prophetic Issues on Radio Yo. We'll be right back after a small commercial break. Be back in 2, y'all.
Hey, this is X from the Prophet of Thought series, and I want to open your mind to a company called Candy Cane Hair, spelled Kandikane, because I know you ladies are tired of paying these ridiculous prices for those bundles. Candy Cane Hair has those discount prices on all of the styles you love to rock, whether you like the straight, the loose wave, the body wave, the deep wave, the curly, you need a closure, and yeah, we have the blonde too. Buy those bundles risk-free. We will even exchange it in 30 days, even if you have worn it, dyed it, or flat ironed it. And guess what? If you get it and you don't like what you see, send us that unopened package and we will give you your money back. But we know you don't want to do that. Candy Cane Hair is backed by Maven, so you are guaranteed to love this hair and guaranteed to love the way it looks on you. So look, you want that hair tight, right? You want to save some coin, right? So pick up the phone and call 980-585-2520. That's 980-585-2520. Or go to candycanehair.maven.com, and it's KANDIKANE at maven.com. Check out the styles and prices so you can order your fresh look today. And make sure you check for us at Candy Cane Hair at Facebook. Now that's spelled KANDIKANE. Don't forget, go order those bundles today. CandyCaneHair.maven.com. Making you look magnificent. Tell them X sent you.
Welcome back to Prophetic Issues right here on Radio Yo. I'm your host, X, of course. On the line is my New York City correspondent, Teacher Tanisha. And this is our premiere show. If you weren't listening earlier, you missed Sister Shahrazad Ali because he was up on here too. So you missed that.
Give thanks to Sally for coming through.
Oh, absolutely. Most honored guest. Welcome on my platforms any night. She's the one guest that can just call in if she wants to. Just call in. So if y'all just now tuning in, y'all missed that. But Sister Ali always drops jewels. But we're talking about future interactions, and actually the show is titled Police Interactions because y'all have seen the rash of police killings. I mean, I'm not even going to go into it again, but I mean, we cover these type of stories all the time. I can go down the list. We can go past Philando Castile. We can go past Alton Sterling. We can go all the way back to Eric Garner, Tamir Rice, Juan McDonald, Ezel Ford, Michael Brown, so on and so forth. You know, Freddie Gray. Yes, I mean, there's so many. I got so many images
That's
of
a
brothers
damn
killed
shame.
by
Yeah.
the police that is
Yeah.
just ridiculous. Okay, it's just totally ridiculous. I mean, my computer, teacher Tanisha, is filled. I have 75 images of people killed by the police, and these are just males.
Yeah.
I have another 36 images of females that have been killed by the police.
Right.
Okay,
Mhm.
so you talking like 111 photographs of people that have been killed by the police. All right, and I know that's just a fraction of those, just the ones that I'm aware of.
Exactly.
It's just the ones that I'm aware of. I mean, it's probably
Right.
5 times that. Okay, five
Right.
times that. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And
Right.
I say this all the time, and I've been saying it since 2011. You know there will be more. There will be more. It's not like it's going to stop. It's not like we can say, well, Alton Sterling and Philando Castile are going to be the last ones. We know that that's BS because I was just talking about what's her name, Corinne Gaines. She just got killed the other day, not too long ago, and she was a female, and she had a child.
Yeah, it's crazy. That whole situation by itself is crazy. It's just.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really know the reason for everything take place on the creative world will know best. But if they want to get things on and popping, or if this is to get things fueled to be on and popping, I mean, I think their wishes has been granted. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, yeah. But see, this is my thing. You hear brothers talk about this grand old revolution where they're going to go to war with the police. Now that sounds good. Yeah, it really sounds good. But in reality,
well, with the government as a whole, I think the idea is probably starting off with law enforcement because of,
that sounds good. But what will happen is you may get a few cops, but it'll be a lot of dead Negroes in the street. Because number one, to go to war, first and foremost, you have to have, number one, enough guns. Scratch us off there. We don't have enough. Number two, we have to have our own line of communication. Scratch that off. We don't have that. We need supplies. We need provisions. We need food. We need water. We need all that kind of stuff. When you go to war, you need to have all that stuff. So anyone who plans on taking on, I mean, if you was to get where I'm at, okay, I live in Charlotte, North Carolina, okay, and it's a pretty big city, and there's probably about 500 times more people in this city than there are police. But guess what? If all those people was to get together and try to take over that police department, you would see nothing but bodies lined up. Because number one, we don't have enough guns. Okay, for starters, and all police departments now are militarized. So what they're gonna do? They're gonna come out there with the MRAPs and the tanks and the helicopters and just start spraying Negroes down to the ground, and the streets will be littered with bodies. So I don't subscribe to that idea where we should be out there going to war with the police and all that kind of nonsense, because it's not going to work. It's not going to work. All it's going to do is end up with a few dead cops and a whole bunch of dead black folks. Okay, a whole bunch. So, and when we think about going to war with the cops, you got to think, guess what? The cops got black people too. So what you going to do? Shoot those black people too because they got on a blue uniform? I mean, a lot of dudes they talk really, really reckless, man, and I don't think they understand the bigger picture. For things to change with law enforcement, and I was talking about it with my woman today, and I told her that things are going to change in law enforcement when, number one, we start to do some things in house. Okay. First and foremost, what we have to do is, number one, make it so we don't have to call the white policeman into our environment so much. Okay. Number two, we need to get rid of the people out of our environment who are making our environment dangerous, deadly, okay, destructive, chaotic. We need to get rid of those people, okay?
Right.
Because let's be clear, some of us ain't gonna make the ride on the ship. Some of us ain't making it to the promised land. Some of us aren't, and that's something else we need to do. We need to learn, and I talked about this on the Angry Man show on Sunday. Some of us are going to be left behind. We can't claim everybody. You think white folks and Hispanics and Asian people, you think they claim they meth heads and they trailer trash and they dope addicts and they hookers. They don't claim them. They don't claim them. They separate themselves from them. But we don't. We don't separate ourselves from the crackhead. We don't separate ourselves from the brothers who want to run around and shoot folks in the head and rob old ladies and knock over liquor stores. I mean, we have to separate ourselves from these people because these people aren't going to be. They're not going to be pieces of the movement puzzle. They're not. Especially the ones who prey on other black people. We definitely need to separate ourselves from them because they just as bad as white people. Okay? Because all they do is prey on other black people. So why in the hell, if where you was at right now was about to sink, okay, and they say everybody get on the ship, why would I want the brother on the ship who I know don't do nothing but rob other black people, steal shit from other black people? Why would I want him on the boat? What is he going to get on the damn ship and do? The same thing he's always done, prey on black people. So some of us are going to have to be cut out of this situation for the situation to get better. That's part of the change. You know what I'm saying? And I think we have to start. We have to do more of. We have to call people to task when they're doing crazy stuff. When they're doing stuff that's detrimental to the black world, we have to call them to task on it. We can't ignore it and pretend like it don't exist just because this person is black. You know, just cause you black don't mean that you down. Okay. Not
don't mean you
everybody.
have to do ignorant things. You're supposed to be great.
Yeah, I mean, just because a person is black don't mean they're doing the right thing. Okay, because you got black skin, that don't automatically mean that you down with some black movement just because you black. Because you could be black and be the worst damn person in the world. Okay, you can be black and be a killer, robber, rapist. Okay, drug addict, thief, all that. You can be all that. You're not shielded from that because you're black. Because trust me, the prisons is full of people. The prisons is full of people who just like that. Just like that. So that's something else we got to get away from. And something else I think we need to do, and I spoke about this with Sister Ali as well, is we need to start policing our own people. We have to get to the point where we don't need the white man. Okay?
See, the soldiers have their place.
Yep.
Well, the soldiers have their place.
Yeah, we got to get to the point where we don't need them. Yeah, we got to get to the point where we don't need the white man as much. Okay? That's why he does what he does to us, because, we have shown him that we need him.
Rely on the Creator and move forward as a nation.
Exactly.
We got to do whatever your place is, is what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, we've been showing the white man all these years that we need him. We need his police force. We need his food. We need, his money. We need his protection. We need his house. We need his bank. We need if we had our own banks, and I was talking about this today too, if we had our own people in the banking industry, if we had our own people in politics, if we had our own
it's a lot of people that withdraw accounts from main banks such as Citibank and Chase and Bank of America and so forth and so on, and put their deposits and things into or accounts into black-owned banks, and that's been happening a lot actually. I think it was over 18,000 people. I don't know if anybody is listening and you remember the number of people correctly. You can call in and change that bit of information. But I believe that's what the numbers were around. And I think that's absolutely great.
Yes.
You know, I mean, that's taking some type of stand. Everybody is doing their thing in their own way, you know. Yeah, everybody's doing what they can. I mean, I pray so. All I can do is pray so. You know, we need all of us, from the so-called lowest of us to the highest of us. It has to be unity across the board.
Yep, because if we have our own banks and our own real estate and our own law enforcement and our own, our own everything, guess what? We won't need white people as much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We won't need white people as much. And let me tell you something. Once the white power establishment realizes that black people don't need them as much, guess what? They will have to respect us, because see, they want our money. Okay? They want our money now. That's all they want from us. They want our money. They want to deny us of rights and everything else. But guess what? They would have to. They would have to start to respect us to try to get back in with us. You understand what I'm saying? Because we have separated ourselves from needing, things from the white power structure. Once we have made it so we don't need them, that's when we're going to get some respect. Okay? Because, see, once we are self-sufficient and doing things on our own, we'll have our own measure of self-respect where we don't need them. Do like the Italians do like the Asians do, do like the Middle Eastern people do. They have their own banks, their own bakeries, their own, their own real estate companies, their own financial institutions. They don't need the white power structure for nothing. They don't need them for nothing. Why you think white people are always garner their attention, try to get in with the Middle Eastern people, try to get in with the Chinese people, try to get in with the Hispanic people, because see, they realize that they don't need them. They know they don't need them. Black people, we have exhibited that we need the white power structure, the same white power structure that we're always whining and crying about. But that's the power structure that we rely on to live at the same time. And I wouldn't be shocked if white people felt like, Negroes is always crying about white folks, but who they call when they need something. Who they call when they want something. They go into our banks. They call our police. They walking into our real estate offices. They're walking into our department stores. They're walking into our clothing stores. They're buying our cars. So how can they take us seriously when we're whining and crying about white privilege and white supremacy, and then on the other hand, we're always walking into a damn white establishment to buy something? That's just like if somebody was always talking smack about me, but every time I turn around, they at my shop for something to get fixed.
Right.
I wouldn't take that person seriously. I'm gonna take them seriously.
But you would take their money.
Of course I would. Of course I would take their money.
Right.
And that's what the white power structure does. They still take our money, but they don't take us seriously, Tanisha. They don't. How can they? How can they? So we need to establish some of those things, so we can kind of back up. So when we talking smack, we're well within our rights to talk smack, because guess what? We don't need a damn thing from the so-called power structure. That's
exactly.
That's just my opinion.
That's right. Let's learn how to be self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Marcus Garvey, right?
Yep. We got to be self-sufficient, or we got to stop bitching.
That's
We got to
right.
stop
That's right.
bitching. We can't continue to bitch about someone, and every time we turn around we go into that same someone to buy this or get this service or get that service. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
Right. That's right. That's
You know, we become freaking black walking, talking contradictions as long as we're doing that.
right.
As long as we're doing that. You know, and I know these things are gonna take time. It's not like, it's not gonna happen overnight, you know.
Exactly.
It's not going to happen overnight, but we need to get started, And Sister Ali earlier, she was like, far as our future as people, she said we should have already been prepared. We should already be teaching our kids how to grow food, how to get rid of our own waste and all that kind of stuff. She said
now when she said that, she broke that down. Like, yeah, exactly. I need to learn how to do that as well.
Yeah.
I mean, grow food, that part I kind of got, but I'm talking about, like, learning how to dispose of your own waste and, cleaning water and this and that, and having certain things in place and tools for that to be able to do that if there's no running water, all these extra things that could or might come up. Anyway, but especially in these days and times.
Yeah, well, I got the growing food part down. That part I got. Yeah, because we got organic stuff growing around the house now that I'm planting. So
right, that's a blessing. Exactly.
That part we good on that. Yeah, we good on that. We gonna grow some food. Cause see, when I was a young guy, coming up, because my parents is from the damn country, so as a young guy, we had chickens and ducks and rabbits and all that kind of nonsense. So I had to take care of it, raise it, feed it, all that nonsense. So that crap.
Well, it wasn't nonsense. That was skills. That was skills that you have that you can teach. You're not, like you say, and when the so-called doodle hit the fan, as the people say, you don't know what's going to pop off. So you might have to be the teacher, who's the mechanic, who's the facilitator, who's the whatever your place might be, who's, teaching them how the animals do and how to deal with them and how to raise animals on the farm. Or, everybody has their place, so give thanks that you do have those many skills, because we don't have all these skills just for ourselves, we have to give it amongst the people, as they say. So.
Yeah. But these are probably things that all of us should know, and far as this is something that Sister Ali said tonight that was very profound. She said she don't want brothers out there dying for me. She said I want brothers living for me. She said I want brothers to figure out how to live. She said she don't want brothers out there figuring out how to die. She wants them to figure out how to live. And that's something that's very important. I'm going to be using some of them cuts from this show. Putting them on my videos. I will be splicing some of those. Some of those.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be putting some of those on the videos. But when she said that, we were talking about brothers out there. Because we talked about how a few cops have gotten shot over the past couple of weeks. I know 5 got killed about 2-3 weeks ago, and then 3 more got killed last week, and another cop got killed like 3 days ago. So, brothers have been confronting the police, ambushing them, killing them, and all this kind of stuff. Now, do I think that that's going to arise into some type of war against the police? No, because number one, it ain't enough people doing it. But secondly, if there was an inkling of that about to happen, the first thing that's going to happen is the government would send the damn military in.
Yeah.
They would send the military in, and they would crush whatever uprising was going on in any particular town. Because it's not like it's going to erupt all over the country. It's going to erupt in like a city. It's going to be something like Baltimore, Ferguson, Cleveland, Ohio. It's going to be something like that. Detroit, Michigan. They're going to send the military in there, crush whatever uprising, and that's what it's going to be, and it'll be a bunch of dead Negroes in the street, like I said before. So I don't think it's going to be that. But she said that she wants brothers to learn how to live, and I took that many different ways. Number one, try to make it so your ass ain't killed by the police, and number two, figure out ways how to survive. Okay, minus the provisions of the white man, whether that means growing your own food, whether that means growing your own livestock, whether that means starting your own business. Having your own, having your sense of, having your own sense of lifestyle where we don't, like she would say, we don't have to give all our money to the enemy, as she said. Her words, not mine. She said we don't have to give all our money to the enemy.
I totally agree. Or any of it, really. I mean, on one level or another, when we're able to operate like that and we get to a point where we're able to move like that, that's what we should be doing.
Yeah, we got to learn to operate with some degree of independence, man. We do. We got to learn to operate with some degree of independence. And we coming to like the end of the show. We got about 9 minutes left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the time to let people know what we're going to be doing in the weeks to come here on Radio Yo, now that it's actually working the way it's supposed to work. Yeah, we're going to have some guests up here. Next week, y'all, I will probably we're going to do a money show because I do know I'm acquainted with a couple of brothers, Mr. Dante Wilkerson. I actually saw him today. Dante Wilkerson is actually manager of Fifth Third Bank. He's a brother. He is a brother, but he's manager of Fifth Third Bank. Cool brother. He's going to be up here. He's going to be talking some money stuff. We're going to have financier extraordinaire, Mr. Rodney Archer. Those of you who follow the Profit Thought Series, y'all know Mr. Archer's been on my show a couple times. We're going to be giving some money advice. They're going to be talking about some real estate. We also, us three, myself, Dante, and Rodney Archer, we're going to be doing a seminar this month out here in Charlotte, and I'm going to be broadcasting it. I don't know if I'm going to be broadcasting through Nubia Hood Radio or I'm going to be broadcasting through Radio Yo, but I got first dibs on it, so I will be doing the broadcast. They're going to be doing like a money seminar, financial seminar. They're going to be talking about saving money, spending money, investing, talking to brothers about starting their own businesses and how to get loans, and teaching brothers about their credit. Well, brothers and sisters, teaching brothers and sisters about their credit, teaching brothers and sisters about finance, about banking. So it's going to be a good deal. And I'm going to have those two brothers on next week. Rodney Archer and Dante Wilkerson from Fifth Third Bank will be on prophetic issues next week. It's going to be a lot of internet opinionators on the show. So y'all don't want to miss
sisters on the panel?
I don't know any. I don't know. Are you going to be on the panel?
Well,
yes,
I am, and I can most definitely hold my own. But
yeah, you part of this team.
Well, I'm gonna have to rally up some then.
Yeah, you can do that. Teacher Tanisha.
Well. It has to be a perfect balance.
I don't have. See, that's the thing. I'm not hooked up with. I'm not hooked up with any female. With any female YouTubers. All the people that I'm connected with on YouTube are all dudes. And actually, I could tell y'all about another show too. Past that, I'm going to have Sean Thomas on here. And for you people who don't know who Sean Thomas is the videographer from New York City, and he's the guy that's always taking the videos of the NYPD. He's been arrested a few times and all that. Sean Thomas is going to be on prophetic issues too. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, he's going to be on here too. Sean Thomas from NYC. Yes, he's going to be in the house on prophetic issues too. So we got a full slate coming up, y'all. We got some good guests. We got some good shows because I do good shows. Just like on the Prophet Thought series, I do good shows on prophetic issues too. It's just that prophetic issues is more of a show of projection as opposed to a show of introspection. But y'all know the Prophet Thought series is about introspection. Prophetic issues is projection. So we kind of talking about what we need to be worried about down the road. So stay tuned to prophetic issues because we're gonna make sure we have some good stuff. And if y'all was listening tonight, we open up our main show with Sister Shahrazad Ali. You can't get a better guest than that for your premiere show. But yeah. Teacher Tanisha, any last words before we go to close out?
Well, just stay tuned, people. Every Tuesday from 8 to 10 on your radio. I already know. Just prepare as much as possible in every way, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially. Whatever I left out, do that too. Yeah. Word.
Use your imaginations. Use your damn imaginations. God damn it. Yeah, so I want to thank everybody who's listening. I mean, I see people on the board, but they ain't talking. That's all right. Maybe next week y'all might talk. I hope.
Right.
Thanks for listening.
Participate, y'all.
Yes, y'all need to. And one thing, the tagline of prophetic issues, we say, be there or remain unaware. What we try to do is try to prepare y'all for things to come. Hopefully we taught y'all something tonight. Hopefully y'all learned something from me. Y'all learned something from Teacher Tanisha. And I hope y'all learned something from Sister Ali. Okay?
Yeah.
I hope y'all learned something tonight. I just hope you did because, like I said, you got to be there or you're going to remain unaware. That's all I can say. Be there or remain unaware.
All right.
So I thank y'all for listening to Prophetic Issues tonight. We'll see y'all next week. Same time, same channel, right here on Radio Yo, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm X, signing out for Teacher Tanisha. And be there or remain unaware. Peace, y'all. We out.
Be there or remain unaware. Or remain